Hey, everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Always glad to have a return guest to the show. My guest tonight has a brand new album out called Thankful for Country Music, and I'm very thankful for him because he's keeping the tradition alive. And it's great to have him on the show tonight. We're going to talk about the album and play some of the cuts for you as well. It's my honor to welcome Shane Owens to My Kind of Country. Shane, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing great, and we can't thank you guys enough for the support. We're excited about the new album. It's doing really well, and if you love traditional country music, that's what this album's all about.
Amen to that. And I know Hard Luck Girl is currently number 37 on the Music Row chart, and it's moving right on up there, so you're doing well.
We are, they always freeze the charts during the holidays, and we didn't look for it to jump up much because of the freeze, but it did, and, we're certainly blessed and honored to be sitting at number 37 on the Music Row charts, along with so many other great artists, and we're just excited about what the future holds, and we've got a lot of stuff in the works, and like I said, if you like traditional country music, this album right here is unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you, it's fantastic. And, folks, right away, I want to let you know you can go to ShaneOwensCountryMusic.com and pick up the new CD, Thankful for Country Music. And, of course, you can download that at all of your usual suspects for getting music on the Internet these days. And, Shane, this is your third album, right?
Yes, it is. We've been, like I said earlier, we've been so honored and blessed to have this day and time when you can put out one record, it's a blessing. When you can put out three, it's even a triple blessing. Because we're more traditional, and I think that the pendulum toward traditional country music is swinging back our way. And I think with that said, we're going to be in great shape. But anytime any artist can go in the studio and make another album, it's just a dream come true.
Absolutely, and you have done a great job on this. Tell me a little bit about some of the songwriters on this project.
Well, there's some of the songwriters on this project are not only songwriters, they're some of my best friends, Galen Griffin, and so many other talented songwriters that have written so many hits for different artists like Craig Morgan and Clay Walker, and the list goes on and on and on. And when I first started going to Nashville, I tell everybody, it takes a little bit of time to get to know these people and to meet these people, and you got to be a little bit lucky. But, I've got a great team at Marymount Records and some of the best songwriters, like you said, on the planet that live in Nashville. When you can get that kind of exposure and have those kind of people believe in the project you're doing, and they have a great passion and love for traditional country music just like myself. So when they pitch us these songs, and I've got the opportunity to sit down and write with some of the best songwriters in the business, it's an honor. And I think when you listen to the album, you'll see and realize that some of the best songs that are being pitched around in Nashville, and I'm just too glad to be a part of the writing part of it.
Well, you got some great material on here, and tell me more about Hard Luck Girl. How did that become your first single for this?
Well, anytime you cut a record, you've got management, you've got the artist, you've got so many different aspects. People at radio, that grassroots promotion there in Nashville. We all decide on the best song, and it was hard to decide on the best song. We've got 12 songs out of this album, and I think every one of them has single potential. And I struggled with Hard Luck Girl and a couple other songs, and management, they was like, we think Hard Luck Girl's the one, just to come out of the chute, after we've had so much success at radio. And I wish we could put out more than one song at one time, but you can't do that. But this album's just loaded with singles, and Hard Luck Girl. From a guy's perspective, you always hear about a lot of songs written and sang and delivered from the girl's perspective. But from a guy's perspective, we're big, bad, and tough. But we can get our heart broke as well.
Amen to that.
And it's just a great song, man. I tell everybody, if you love a George Strait sound and a Keith Whitley sound and a Randy Travis sound all mixed together, I think this record is pretty close to, that hardcore traditional country sound.
I think you're absolutely right, and I noticed on your website you got a great quote on there from Randy Travis, and it's pretty cool when somebody like that tips their hat to what you're doing.
Well, I grew up idolizing Randy and John Anderson and George Strait and Alan Jackson and so many different artists, and to have them believe in what I'm doing and pay attention to what I'm doing and watch what I'm doing and believe in these songs that I'm writing with, like we said earlier, some of the best songwriters in Nashville. It's a dream come true, and it's a mutual respect thing. You know, I grew up idolizing Randy and loving his music, and to have him appreciate mine, it's just an awesome feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I noticed you also tipped your hat really in the title, too, of the song called Dang Straight, obviously a tribute to George Strait.
Yeah, that's a great tune, man. I mean, who hadn't, any artist growing up, hadn't stood in front of the mirror and dreamed about being where George Strait's had, or being a George Strait. I think every artist can admit, you know, that he's the king of country music, and there's no doubt he'll be his legend will live on forever. And even, you know, the thing I appreciate so much is I've got a 16-year-old son that digs on George Strait. I think it's pretty cool that that music will always be there. You know, it'll last on and on till the end of time. And he's definitely the king of country music, and we pay homage to him in that song. And I think that single will hit as well.
I think so too, absolutely. You know, another one I like on here, and the beat to it kind of reminds me of that Waylon Jennings beat, and it's called "It Wasn't Raining."
You know what? I have so many people. I had a guy today, and he said, "Man, that's my favorite song on the record," and it's just an upbeat kind of thing, you know. And it's one of those songs it's just the groove, you know, the way we set it up in the studio and the way the musicians laid it down in the studio. It's a catchy tune, and the lyrics just awesome. Galen also was a writer on that one as well, Galen Griffin.
Well, he certainly did a great job on it. And, you know, in this world today, you know, I think we need more people doing Christian-like things and, you know, paying more attention to what's really going on in the world. And you've got a song on here called Christian Country. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, you know, I do on a Facebook Live every Sunday afternoon at 6:30. I do an old throwback gospel. You know, we may be on there 45 minutes to an hour, but I do a lot of gospel material and a lot of older stuff like Haggard and Jones, and just get on there and take requests. You know, social media, Facebook has done a lot for artists, getting their names out there and their material. But you know, I think we live in a world where you know, I tell everybody we need a lot more love and more respect for one another. I think it'd be a better place to be if everybody loved one another and respected each other more, and it'd just be a better place to live if we all come together and just. You know, there's a lot of things going on in this world we don't have any control over, but you can deliver a song. Sometimes, you know, the songs are powerful.
Absolutely.
So, you know, when we record a song like God on the Ground She Walked On, we did previously, or Christian County, or you know, anything like that. Thankful, you know, it's a military tribute song I wrote with Curtis Wright. It was with Shannon Doyle for a little while. Those songs really touch people's heartstrings because it's real stuff. It's stuff we live every day, and people relate to it because they've been there.
Absolutely. And your album ends up with a song called Thankful, too. That kind of says what you're saying here, too.
Yeah, you know, I tell everybody, when it comes to, you know, we've been blessed to play the Opry and have hits on the radio, and all that's well and good, but when it comes to our military, those are real heroes. When it comes to that, at the end of the day, I'm just a country singer God give a lot of talent to, and I don't take it for granted. But you know, they're the real heroes. You know, and they deserve respect and homage for what they do for us every day.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Tell me about the song 30,000 Feet.
That's a great tune, man. When I first heard the demo, Galen was also a writer on that. I love Galen's songs. I think it's easy to tell that. Anything he writes, I told him me and him should have been brothers. We think alike, we write alike, we even sing alike. And 30,000 Feet is one of those songs. It's a catchy tune, and it's, you know, basically saying the only way he can get over her is being 30,000 feet over her. You know, if you listen to the lyric, it's a good old heartbreak song.
You know, that's a staple in country music right there. You know,
yeah, it's a song. I believe if Keith Whitley would have still been alive, he'd have cut it and made a big hit with it. It just sounds just like something Keith Whitley would have cut.
Yeah,
he's another one of my heroes as well.
Absolutely, and you know, I can hear a lot of his influence in some of the lyrics and some of, you know, your vocals too. And I Don't Have to Die to Go to Heaven fits right in there too.
Oh, that's a great song. Like I said, it's hard if you sit down and listen to the album to pick a favorite. I mean, they're all great songs. You know, I Don't Have to Die to Go to Heaven, is one of those songs. And one thing special about that is my buddy, Daryl Singletary, before he passed away, he had recorded that song and never put it out. And Daryl and I have been friends for so long, and I was so heartbroken over that, just like a lot of people were in Nashville. He's like Keith Whitley. He left us way too soon, and I went in and recorded that song. And as I was recording it, I was thinking in my mind, paying homage to Daryl as well.
Wow, that's really cool. That was a shocker. And Daryl had been on my show not too long before he passed away, and it was just such a shock. I was watching a video of him doing a concert. I believe it was in Texas. It was the last performance. I mean, he was sounding great, and it was just such a shock to the whole industry.
Yeah, he was, like I say, gone way too soon, just like Whitley. I love Daryl more than anything, and he was just a great guy. I think to this day he may have been one of the best country music singers that ever come through our time.
Yeah, he was phenomenal, no doubt about it. And that brings me to the song "Everybody Dies."
That's the truth, man. That song right there. If you listen to the lyric, it'll give you goosebumps. It's just a strong lyric. It arranged beautifully. And it's just like it says. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. It's just one of those songs that I enjoy doing it. And when I do it in my live show, it just really gets people's attention. And when a song does that, it's got hit potential.
Absolutely. And I'm Not Going Anywhere. That's a great up-tempo song, and did such a great job on that. Who wrote that one?
It was written by Galen as well, and him and Toby Greer wrote that song together. And like I said, we've been so lucky the last 2 years to have everybody just believing in what we're doing. To just picture so many great songs. It was hard to go through. I think we went through 300 songs trying to find material for this album, and 100 of them could have easily made the album. We just sit there, and it don't happen overnight. As well as I do. When you go about making a record, it could take 2 years to get everybody lined up, all the material lined up, the songwriters in line, everybody in studio. You don't just go in and record a record like we delivered this time overnight. It takes a little while to get all the spokes turning in the wheel at the same time. But I think this is no doubt the best record I've ever made.
Well, I would have to agree with you, man. It's some great stuff, and a couple of my favorites on here, I Don't Love You Anymore and Love Me to Death, too. Man, both great songs.
Well, I think Love Me to Death should be the next single. I don't know if we'll all agree on that, Like I said earlier, a lot goes into making those decisions, but I think Love Me to Death is, when I hear that song, I immediately think of somebody like a Blake Shelton releasing that song and having a big hit with it, but he can't have it because we've already got it recorded. And like I said, it's just a great record, man. If you love traditional country music and you love the sound of a steel guitar and a fiddle, I think people are really going to love it.
Well, there's my favorite song on here. It hits right in the pocket for what I call traditional honky-tonk country music, and I think this one would get a single nod too, at least in my eyes. It's Got Some Hurtin' Done Today.
Man, if that ain't a George Jones song, I don't know what is.
I know. That's what I was thinking, too.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that. I think George would just have, if he heard, this song, he'd be like, oh, wow. I think he could really respect what we're trying to do and trying to keep traditional country music alive. And that's the first thing I thought of in studio when I heard the track. I always go and I'm there for all the tracking, too. I'm just one of those artists that like to be there for all that, so I can kind of get a feel of how everything's going to go before I lock myself in the booth and start cutting the vocals. But, that could possibly be the most traditional country song on the whole album, and it's traditional in itself. But, that's one of those songs, I'm like you, I think it could be a hit single as well.
Yeah, it's that one really. That's the one I kind of go back to. I try to listen to an album in its entirety. We live in this day and age of downloading a song here and there, but I like to listen to an album all the way through because it, Freddie Hart said it best: "Is people put to music," and you're hearing a whole story on the journey of this album. But that song, man, that's the one I keep going back to. You really got me on that one.
Well, Well, I appreciate that, man. It's an honor for, like I say, we can't thank you guys out there for the support. And if it weren't for you guys supporting our music, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Well, it's my honor. Folks, you can visit ShaneOwensCountryMusic.com and, of course, all the social media platforms, and you can download this album at all the great places like Amazon and iTunes and everything, Spotify. And his other albums, It's a Southern Thing. It was his first one. And Where I'm Coming From, we did a feature on that when that came out with the great songs Alcohol of Fame and Country Never Goes Out of Style. That's a great album, and I recommend you pick up all of Shane's music, folks, and especially this brand new album. And we are thankful for country music. We're thankful for Shane Owens. And Shane, I want to thank you so much for taking time to be on My Kind of Country.
Man, thank you so much.
All right, we're going to play Hard Luck Girl for you, and by gosh, I'm going to play Got Some Hurtin' Done Today just because I really like that one. Here's some great music from Shane Owens as we continue with My Kind of Country. Shane, thanks again.
Thank you, buddy.
Your message on my phone. It showed you called while I was gone. I found your letters in the mail every day for a week without fail. But I don't want to think about it. Too long I've had to live without it. By the way, let's not ignore that other guy you left me for. Is he another victim now? Or did he get you back somehow? A hard luck girl. Ain't it a hard old world? Sooner how it feels when our luck runs out. Sooner or later we all have some hard luck, girl. Girl, I know what you're going through. You ought to know I've been there too. But there's no need to fall apart. Nobody dies from a broken heart. I think you're getting just what you should. A little hurting might do you good. See how it feels with a wounded pride to take a look from the other side. Don't worry, baby, right or wrong, a girl like you won't be down too long. Girl, ain't it a hard old world? Sooner or later we all find out just how it feels when our luck runs out. Sooner or later we all have some hard luck, girl. Sooner or later we all find out just how it feels when our luck runs out. Sooner or later we all have some hard luck, girl. Yeah, girl, I know what you're going through. A little hard luck there, baby. This morning my intention was to make heal up this broken heart. But I just stared out this window through the memories and the pain, and at least I got some hurting done today. There's a month of Sunday papers lying out there in the grass, and a week of empty bottles need throwing in the trash. The neighbors say I'm lazy and my life's a total waste, but at least I got some hurting done today. Any job worth doing, it's worth doing right. And I'm a hard-working half man, thinking about her day and night. No, there ain't no money in it, and the bills ain't getting paid, but at least I got some hurting done today. There's a month of Sunday papers lying out there in the grass, and a week of empty bottles be throwing in the trash. The neighbors say I'm lazy and my life's a total